David Jacobs Memorial Trolley arrives, and Susie has grabbed something from the top shelf. What have you gone for? Oh, hang on, I've got to fade you up. Sorry, say that again.
I've gone for a half
Yeah.
of a West Coast Pale Ale from More Beer that's called Mando, which is celebrating The Mandalorian.
Oh, The Mandalorian, fantastic series.
But we've had it on the bar this week and it's gone down really well. So
excellent, very good. I feel as though we're live in the pub every single day, which is precisely because we are. That's what's going on. Tonight's confession comes from Stig. Thanks, Stig. Father Simon and the Confessional Collective. Now, I should say that there's an element of toilet humour.
Oh, good.
No.
My favourite.
Not forgiven.
Stig says, I asked forgiveness for 2 willful acts of mischief. Several years ago, while staying... And I wouldn't normally do this kind of thing, but I'm doing it for this. While staying at my then-girlfriend's, now lovely wife's house, I played what I thought at the time was a hilarious prank on my in-laws. So normally I get to the line, hilarious prank, and think, no, don't think so.
Yeah.
Late one evening, I slipped into my in-laws' bedroom and I hid a remote-controlled electronic whoopee cushion device under my father-in-law, Michael's, side of the bed. That night, I retired to the guest bedroom and slept like an innocent child. I woke the next morning bright and early, as is my norm, and the rest of the family was sound asleep in their beds. Michael and Sandra, future father and mother-in-law, were in the next room sound asleep. I pressed the activate button for the first time and a small popping noise came from the room.
So
Nothing not well. Give it a minute or two, then I pressed it again. A couple of pops and a boff.
Oh, lovely.
So Sandra wakes up and could be heard say, Michael, go to the bathroom. A couple of pops. Michael, go to the bathroom. Now. Michael is fast asleep, but slowly waking up, wondering why his wife is insisting that he gets out of bed. He assured Sandra he did not need the bathroom. A couple more presses of my button.
Yeah.
Instantly followed by the unmistakable sound of flesh on flesh as Sandra slaps Michael. Go to the bathroom! Michael is pushed out of bed and ordered towards the family bathroom. Michael still none the wiser as to what on earth is going on. Fast forward several years and 2 children later, now happily married to Michael's daughter, Lisa, we decided it would be a good idea to house 2 French students who had come to England to improve their English. Jan and Nathan were 14 years old, polite, charming, and a little shy. We had a bedroom for each of the boys, but as they were in a foreign land far from home and feeling a little uneasy, they asked if they could share one room. Not a problem. The room with twin beds was good and ready to go. To make the lads relax, Father Simon, and feel at home and bond with the family, it was time to introduce them to English humour.
Of course.
The electronic whoopee cushion. During dinner, I popped the device under Nathan's bed. Later that night, the boys retired exhausted after their long journey to the UK. 10 p.m. lights out. 5 minutes later, the first trumpety trump came from under Nathan's bed, quickly followed by the following translation, which I will translate for you. Jan says, Nathan, you have to stop it.
That's not a translation.
What?
Nathan, you have to stop it.
What? Nathan says,
Come on.
It is not me. Jan says, well, it's not me. We are guests in this house. Papa.
Hang on.
Jan says, Nathan, that is disgusting. You have to stop.
I was going to say.
It must be you. It wasn't me. And so on. This is
in that
general
South African accent.
Well, I entered the room and I put the light on, asking if everything is okay. Jan, visibly upset, tries to explain that there is an unmistakable sound of flatulence in the room, and it is not him, quickly followed by Nathan, who says it's not him either. I explained to both boys that I owed them an apology. I explained to them that we had bought the house from a lovely old lady who had actually died in that very room.
No.
What? No.
From time to time, she made a visit. But they must not worry, she was entirely harmless. She might actually stroke their hair and bid them good night and sweet dreams and so on. Anyway, she's a friendly ghost.
Okay.
So I turned the light off. The light was immediately back on again.
Yeah,
anyway,
not surprised.
2 young French voices were flying to and fro across the room as I'm pressing the button, a boffity-boff and a poppity-pop. And there's a couple of French screams. I returned to the room to see Jan and Nathan cuddled together in the same bed, eyes wide open. They explained that they did not see the old lady, but her presence could still be heard. At this point, I should reassure you and let you know that I came clean and retrieved the device showing both boys the real culprit wasn't a boffing poltergeist, but an electronic whoopee cushion. Jan and Nathan returned to our house several times afterwards, and they remain family friends. But clearly, I have to ask forgiveness from my late father-in-law, Michael, who never knew why he was assaulted and marched to the bathroom by his wife. And from Jan and Nathan for convincing them that England was a land filled with flatulent ghosts. And Jan's family, who he pranked for years afterwards with the same device, which he insisted on taking back to France because he thought if it was good enough for the English, then it was going to be good enough for him. And so therefore, it's a very good tale with across the ocean. Across the channel. Implications. For the Entente Cordiale.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you. Sister Susie, what do you say?
Nice. Well, Stig, I just think no. I was nearly forgiving you with the electronic whoopee cushion because that was very funny and I did like the French accents. But as soon as you brought the ghost into it, you lost me because that would have terrified me at 14. And even though you came clean, I just wouldn't have been able to sleep. And I'm sure those poor boys were traumatised. So not forgiven from me.
It's an interesting mind that goes, yes, and doesn't so immediately, well, it's just a joke, but says, no, actually, it's because there's a woman who died in this room.
No, very good.
You have a flatulent ghost.
No.
Brother from another gutter.
I'm going to forgive, and here is the reason why, is it reminds me that no matter how sophisticated we all think we are, and we all rolled our eyes as soon as we heard about the electronic flatulent thing, it is still very funny. Flatulence just is funny. Boffing, parping, all of that is just very funny. So, yes, I'm definitely going to forgive just for that.
Ghosts wouldn't have wind, would they?
Well, I mean, they've got everything else.
No, because
if we're going to accept that they're there.
I don't